Good evening, everybody. This is Davey Jones from Pizza Hut Bucyrus with Coach's Corner West. Tonight we'll be featuring Bucyrus, Winford, and Buckeye Central. Coach Tim Plumbley and the Bucyrus Redmen are up first. Our show brought to you in part by Doug Ludold and the Associates and Advanced Fiber Technology. Coach Tim Plumbley, Mohegan Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Matt Studer, Spitzer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Kia, a mile east of the Richland Mall. Rob Lust at Edgefield Animal Clinic, Marion. John Ziegler, Drew Young, Frank Highland, and everybody at Bucyrus Blades, serving worldwide markets since 1951. And Roger Brown at Winks Lock and Safe, South Poplar Street at West Warren Street, Bucyrus. Coach Tim Plumbley with us right now on the short end of a 72-20 score to the Winford Royals. Coach, you fell behind early 22-0, but then fought back with 2 touchdowns, making the score 22-14. I thought it was going to be a pretty close game at that point.
I did as well. You know, we had fallen in that hole, and then we rallied, made a couple adjustments, and scored pretty quickly. 2 touchdowns. Defense was playing hard. Special teams was even had a little more energy. And then I think Winford adjusted again and you know, blitzed us a little bit, forced us into making some mistakes. And you know, I give them credit for the adjustments they made, and you know, we just made too many mistakes to stay in the game.
Bucyrus, 62 yards, 7th place for the first touchdown, including a 29-yard pass to Mason Gebhardt to the 1-yard line, and then Dagger takes it into the score.
Oh yeah, it was. We had good protection on that play. It was a nice ball. Mason went and got it. We kind of thought maybe he got in, but fortunately the next play, Eddie got it over the goal. So.
Then the next possession, Winford turns the ball over about midfield, and then Bayless to Brady Jackson for 50 yards on a touchdown pass.
Yeah, that was a play that we had worked on, and we had kind of a shot play that we thought we probably could get. And you know, the protection, Malachi did have a little pressure in his face, but he threw it up, and Brady went and got it, and outran the defense to the goal line.
All right. Potential for additional big plays, but just missed or problems with protection breaking down.
Yeah, there were a couple. There were some problems with the protection, and then you know there were a couple that you know we just missed a guy that was running free, and you know we weren't looking in the right spot. So you know those are mistakes that we make. You know those kind of fall on me. I got to make sure that I get the guys in the right spot and understanding what's going on and put them in the best position to succeed.
Malachi was getting some pressure, though. In due respect, he was getting some pressure when he missed some of those guys too.
Yes, he did, and there was a lot of pressure, so it makes it difficult to stand back there.
Quote from you to Dan Messerschmidt after the game: "Our group played hard. We made a lot of mistakes offensively. We need to come up with a better way to move the ball and not put so much stress or pressure on."
Yeah, I think that, you know, even last year, I've never really protected Malachi as far as like, because he's a young quarterback, things like that. And our offense right now has a lot on his shoulders, both physically and mentally. And so I think maybe I need to, you know, take some of that mental load off of him and just so that he can play a little freer.
All right, let's take a look at Malachi. Malachi, 7 of 23, but he had 4 picks from 131 yards. Again, the pressure.
Yes, you know, but you're going to get pressure on him, and we talk about this, you know, as what do you do when it happens? Mm-hmm. Okay, and a couple times I felt like he probably just threw it up, and he would tell you the same thing. And, you know, that's not the response, but he's a smart kid, and he learns quickly, and he'll get better at that, and we're really working on protection this week, so we'll be better at protecting him as well.
Malachi, I look at the league stats, and I don't know if you looked at these or not. Malachi right now is number 3 in the N10 in passing with 523 yards.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's a double-edged sword. We've probably had more attempts than most teams. We need to work on our completion percentage, but you know Malachi can throw it. He throws a nice ball. It's very catchable, and like I said, we just need to get him to play a little freer.
And Dagger, Eddie Dagger had another nice week, special rushing the ball. In fact, he probably almost doubled his rushing yards at 144 yards in 17 carries.
Yeah, Eddie's really coming along. We talked about last week being his best game defensively that he's ever played. And I felt like he ran hard, he even showed a burst of speed on a couple of plays that I really wasn't sure he had, but it was nice to see.
144 yards through the, let's see if I get that right, 121 yards through the air, 144 on the, 162 on the ground, 283 total.
Yeah, it was, you know, and once you get down like that, and it's a, you know, the running clock, it's a shortened game. There were improvements offensively from the previous week. We just made too many mistakes that resulted in either direct pick six or just short fields for Winford. But you got to give them credit, like, you know, they turn around and 2 plays go 50 yards and score on a booth play, you know, so that they took advantage of their opportunities.
All right, we're going to be back. We're going to talk with players. We've got several young men here tonight. We got a forum here now. Ethan Huff, Dalton Barker, Javon Galardo, did I pronounce that right?
Javon.
Okay, and Riley Parker. And then Dalton is Barker.
Dalton is Barker, yes.
Okay. All right, and we'll be talking to all these young men here in just 1 second. Our show brought to you in part on WQEL and Facebook by Lee Plymel and Brad Simon, the Plymel Insurance Group, Bucyrus and Gallion. Also, Anna Newton and Wendy's downtown Bucyrus and Upper Sandusky. North Central State College, Mansfield, Crawford Success Center, Bucyrus. Vince Ponziani and everybody at Waycraft Industries. Rod Steiger at Pizza Hut, Bucyrus and Gallion, the host of our show since 1992. And the Burkhardt family at Burkhardt Pharmaceuticals, your Case IH dealer on the Medette in Winchester Road. Let's move the microphone down here, our kicker, and that is Ethan Huff. Ethan, are you kicking everything you kick off, or are you punting everything? Or
I am just field goals.
Just field goals?
Yes.
How many have you had attempts this year?
I think I've had 10 attempts, and I'm 8 for 10 right now.
That's
Two of them
pretty
got
good.
blocked against Winford.
Got blocked. Okay, you had some blocks, just needed a little bit more time to get the kick off.
Yeah, I'm sure I got to work on a little bit of my timing, getting the ball a little bit higher so it's harder for them to block. Just little things I need to work on.
All right. What made you a kicker? You're a junior this year. Why did you decide to go for that?
I thought I'd enjoy it. I mean, I've played soccer all my life.
All right.
So
are you still doing the soccer thing?
Yeah, I'm still doing soccer. It's been hard with football. I normally just do it in the spring right now. But I enjoy soccer, and that's really what got me into kicking and stuff like that.
All right. So, you have any goals for the future as far as kicking is concerned?
No. Well, I mean, I'd like to increase my distance.
All right. What's your long this year?
In practice, I've hit 45. In game, I don't think I've had a field goal attempt yet. But in practice, I've hit a 45-yarder.
Yeah, you hit a 45-yarder. Okay. College in the future?
I
know it's a ways away, but
yeah, I plan on going to college.
would kicking go along with that?
Maybe if the opportunity comes, I'm sure I'd take it if a kicking opportunity came up at a college.
All right, good for you, buddy. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Dalton Barker, don't call me Parker. Yes, sir. And he is a wide receiver and a safety, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And talk to me a little about your season so far this year, Dalton. You're 1-3. I'm sure you have a little bit higher aspirations than that.
Yeah, it hurts, but it's fun to hit.
It's
what
fun to hit.
I'm there for.
All right. So you're a kind of guy that likes to play defense more than offense, right?
Yeah, I'm mainly a defensive player. That's what I'm here for.
All right. And is the safety in the backfield? You have to watch for those guys coming out of the backfield and the receivers. And
Yeah, you got to read the offense pretty well, read the quarterback, know where the play's flowing to, and just break on it.
All right. Any other sports besides football?
Football, wrestling, lifting, track.
All right. So you got to keep yourself busy the whole year long.
Yes, sir.
I realize you're more than a year away. College is part of your future.
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
And if you had to go right now, I'm not going to hold you to it. Where would you go?
Right now, OSU.
OSU?
All day.
All right. Not a problem, buddy. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah.
Next, we've got Javon Garlando, right?
Correct.
And Javon you've been here before, haven't you?
I have not.
You have not? All right, must have been some other good-looking guy. Tight end and defensive end, right?
Correct.
All right. And talk to me a little bit about, your role as the tight end. Are you catching some passes as Malachi finding you, or are you out there to block?
It's about, I think by stats, I think it's about 50-50 right now. I'm not exactly sure what the numbers are, but you know, I'll run a couple shoot routes here and there, or I'll, you know, block for Eddie.
All right. So as a defensive end, are you coming in from the side and looking to get that quarterback?
Yeah.
That's your main job, right?
Contain, and, you know,
Contain?
stuff like that. I sub in with a couple guys for Eddie.
All right. I'm going to ask you the same question too. You know, I realize it's a little early, but have you thought at all about college?
As a sports aspect, I think it'd be pretty cool to play football in college, but as far as an education, I don't plan to go to college. I'd rather do like a trade. I'm going to a trades. I'm actually going to Pioneer right now.
Pioneer right now?
Yeah. So
God bless you, but there's nothing wrong with that at all.
I look to do that once I get out of college.
What are you taking and majoring in at Pioneer?
Home remodeling.
There you go, buddy. There's a lot of jobs for that. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
And finally, we got Riley Parker, also a junior, OL, offensive line, defensive line.
Yes, sir.
You know, you guys, you got your work cut out for you. You got to spend a lot of time working on protecting your quarterback, right?
Yeah, it's been you know, a pretty rough start with we've been moved a lot. Like a lot of positions been moved, and we can't really get that chemistry going. But I feel like in this next couple of weeks, you know, we have the talent there. It's just more so of, you know.
Is it more of a mental thing than a physical thing?
Yeah, 100%. We are physically there. It's just, you know, we have some people that mentally they get down on themselves, and then it kind of just gets on other people's attitude, and it ruins, basically like ruins the game for us.
How about defensive line? You know, talking about your work on defense.
We've also been switched a lot around there, but I mean, I think our defense is really strong. You know, we got a lot of good pressure rate on every single side of every side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I mean, yeah, it's good defensive.
All right, talk to me a little bit about your future. Other sports other than football?
I play baseball. I don't play any other sport, and then I don't know. Really, future, I'd kind of do the same thing with him. Home remodeling. I'm not going to do a trade school though, but my dream school is Oregon.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to be happy after this weekend. Why would you want to go all the way out there?
I don't know. I to be honest, I like the colors, but I mean, I've heard it's really nice school, and you know, a lot of stuff I want to do out there. So.
What major motion picture from 1978 was filmed at the University of Oregon? You probably know that, don't you? Came out. You were just a kid when it came out. But ever hear of Animal House?
No.
You've never heard of Animal House?
No.
Guys, what you guys need to do is Winford guys will come in with you at the same time, get a video of that, and play it for everybody. That is a fun movie. It was filmed at the University of Oregon back a long time ago, 40 years ago.
I think
It was
Coach
a lot
Huff
of
has
fun.
pulled it up on his
So,
phone.
I'll tell you what, we're going to break for just a second. We're going to come back and talk to Coach about next week. Details come up on the show in just a moment. Show brought to you in part by Vince Ponziani and everybody at Wakecraft Industries, Blythe Freely and Todd McDougal, Freely and Company Insurance in New Washington, Ted Coder at Monarch Body Shop in New Washington, Mike Kleinite, Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, Marion, and Dr. Thomas M. Britton, Club View Vision Center. All right, Coach, let's work into next Friday, and it goes from hot to hot with Seneca East. Seneca East is a very good football.
Yeah, they're big up front. They run the ball really well, near the top, if not at the top of the league in rushing. So, you know, we'll have our hands full. They're real aggressive at times on defense with the blitz. So, you know, we got to add the protection and be ready for that.
All right. Keys to success in a football game?
I think the two things is we got to be able to stop the run and contain their quarterback. And then also I think we need to continue to have some success running the ball. I think that gives us a little more balance. And then obviously we can't turn the ball over like we did against Woodford.
All right. Coach, good luck against Seneca East next Friday night. Thank you so much. We'll look forward to seeing you again next week. Coach Tim Plumbley, the Bucyrus Redmen. Up next, it's the Winford Royals on Coach's Corner West on Facebook.